It's David Aaron. Whoa! Come on, more than that. Thanks everyone. Put your glasses on.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Well, I was trying to debate whether to tell you this or not. This is the 4th time I've tried to perform comedy. The 3rd time I was at Dirty Dick's in Bishopsgate, where I think I was actually upstaged by the name of the pub. but finally, it's come to the point I'd like to unveil my comedy name. If you'll excuse me. My name is Fat Butt, and anyone who wants to buy me a pie later, I'll explain it to you. But anyway, Rob asked me if I'd mind closing this evening. So he asked me to do something upbeat. So I'd like to talk to you, a little kind of comedy set, about how terrible the world is and how we're all broken husks of humanity, unfit to live in it. But seriously, I don't know if you're experiencing this. I just feel like the world is this endlessly accelerating stream of crazy and dangerous events. Ash clouds, tsunamis, earthquakes, nuclear meltdowns, wars, terrorism, revolution, and all these Arab Springs recently. I don't know if it's just I'm getting older, but it just feels like all this crazy shit is going on, and I can't really relate to it anymore. I can't feel it, I can't care about it, I have all these inappropriate reactions. I mean, I know, you know all these Arab Springs going on at the moment? I know it's terribly, terribly important, but whenever I hear Arab Spring on the news, for some reason it conjures up some exotic sex toy. I just have this image of, can't satisfy your partner? Buy an Arab Spring. You'll never look back. And you know, a few months ago when they finally got Osama bin Laden, and there was this endless reportage on the news of the compound in Pakistan. Did the Pakistanis know or didn't they? Did we do the right thing or didn't we? Did he try and surrender or didn't he? All I could think of in my head for some reason was, if I wore a hat like his, would my head get itchy? And then kind of a tragedy happened last year. A friend of mine, or a classmate from university, died. And you know, everyone was suitably somber. But if I was honest, my gut reaction was, I wonder what they do to your Facebook account when that happens. Even more embarrassingly, shortly followed by, is there a business opportunity for me there? Right? And then going back a few more years, do you guys remember that terrible genocide in Rwanda? 800,000 people massacred, right? I knew I should feel differently about it, but I did feel devastated. But I felt devastated at how bad my African geography was. Right? I didn't know if it was Eastern, Western, Central Africa. I wasn't even sure if it was a country at all. I mean, think of it. You know, it could have been so embarrassing at a dinner party, right? But anyway, that didn't seem to go down very well. I apologise. But, you know, what it made me think is I'm living in this kind of middle-aged, middle-class bubble. In fact, maybe some people would say I am a middle-aged, middle-class bubble. And I can't really feel anything anymore. In fact, in the last 20 years, I can only remember one thing that really upset me, gave me sleepless nights, gave me chills. That was when they changed the colours of crisp packets. I mean, for God's sake, everybody knows cheese and onions green and salt and vinegar's blue, right? I still feel violated by that. I even felt pretty put out when they changed the name of that cleaning liquid from Jif to Cif. And I've never even used it. And I've never had it either. Cif. And you know, I started to realise, maybe me, maybe all of us, advertising agencies have stolen our life. We now experience our life through a false reality advertising agencies have delivered to us. We can't experience normal stuff anymore. And I don't know about you, I fucking hate advertising. Advertising is designed to make us feel inadequate and needy. It tries to steal every moment of our attention. And fundamentally, ads are dishonest. They're a pack of lies, right? I was in a hotel room last week, and I was watching an ad for one of the big oil companies. And it was all kind of pastel green and yellow colours and plinky plonky music. and they were all kind of talking about how young kids are going to be safe and alternative energy for the future and all this kind of thing. It's called greenwashing, I think. But to me, it was like watching an ad by the Yorkshire Ripper about his rehabilitation work while he was still doing a bit of murder and rape on the side, right? So I hate this advertising, and I've started to get this feeling advertisers insidiously tell us what to think, what to feel, what we should want, even what success is. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are as old as me, but I remember about 30 years ago sitting in the cinema in Manchester watching an ad for Bacardi, and it was like beautiful people in loose-fitting white cotton clothes on a yacht moored off a tropical island, drinking, having fun, and that kind of all beautiful skin, beautiful teeth, beautiful hair, much like you guys actually. And but honestly, even though I know it was just like the coke-filled invention of some marketing exec called Roger, for the last 30 years I've still felt like, this isn't my life, I'm a failure because I didn't do that. I feel like these and even if it's a Chanel bag, an iPhone 4, or an Aston Martin you want, I think the ad agencies have probably done a number on you guys too. And when I reflect back on it, I'm getting near the end, guys, by the way, don't worry. When I reflect back on it, it makes me think what I need to understand these wars, terrorism, revolution, etc., is a rich, branded experience. When I heard that this recent earthquake in Japan was 8.9 on the Richter scale, could damage 10% of the economy, it didn't really mean anything to me. But if they said it was a Ferrari earthquake, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, we've got to do something, right? And Rwanda, 800,000 people dead. It sounds like a lot of zeros, but I can't really feel it. If it was a Porsche or a Maserati genocide, I'd be like, God, what a tragedy, right? So anyway, I just want to end by saying I'd like you to join me in campaigning against these ad agencies. Try and resist all these crazy advertising messages. They're not doing us any good. And it's going to be tough, but I say we just do it. And why? Why do we just do it? Because we're worth it. So, I was Fat Butt, and this was a Rolls-Royce comedy experience. Thank you. Thanks, John.
Dave Allen! Okay, that's it. Sorry, good night.
Fantastic. As well.
Right, well, I'm going to read out the actual bit on the second.
Did you
And when we do finish, you've all got 400 chairs.